Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vickers. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah, I don't like niggas. What's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight, nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They'll also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mase and Cam, and today we are joined with our analyst Maurice Clarett.
What up, man? How you?
All is well. Good News Friday, baby. Good News Friday.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man.
I got a message for y'all.
What's up?
What's that?
Got a message. Good News Friday. I got to share the good news with y'all.
All right.
So y'all know I have medical practices here in Ohio, right? And I've been recruiting a doctor for quite some time. And yesterday was a finally day that I finally got a chance to sit down with him. And when we get to talking, the first thing that my man mentioned to me blew the shit out of my mind. Pause. He was like, "Man, you know why I sat down with you?" And I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Man, because I seen you on that show with Mase and Cam, and they don't realize how much they had an influence on my life in becoming a doctor." I was like, "What the fuck?" And he said, "Let them brothers know that it just ain't hood niggas that they influence." He said that when he was in Ivy League school, that Mase and Cam, I promise you, had the biggest influence on his life, and he thought that he was from Harlem. So I told him that I was going to mention this to y'all, and he said to let it be known. It just ain't the brothers in the hood that y'all that got love for y'all. So I did.
What's his name?
So we recruit them, so I can't really tell them. I'll let y'all know.
I got you. Well, that's what's up, man. We appreciate it. Well, you know what I gotta say this and thank him for that. But you know what I gotta say this bigger than for us than the message you delivered is that you out here recruiting doctors, man. That's big, man. Recruiting doctors is wild, man. That's big, man. Pause. Yeah. I'm just recruiting some doctors and shit. Don't let that go over niggas' heads. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Recruiting doctors is wild. Well, congratulations, Mo. I know you're doing some big things, man. Listen, Murder.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? And I don't care, Mo. I'm gonna have to tell Murder this, man. I want to tell him. I was telling the nigga. Mo, I spoke to him the other day, and thank you, Mo, for filling in for me the other day. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That nigga, Mo wants some Sin City shit, Murder. I told the nigga other day, I said, me and Murder want to send you something. You know, we want to show our appreciation. You got Zell? He said, nah. Well, I said, well, how you don't got the Zell? Why are you recruiting doctors? That's wild, man.
What he's on Venmo? Yeah, Venmo.
He like City still might be going to West. He might still be on Western Union. We from that era though, from the Wu era, Western Union, man. Did you set it up yet, Mo?
Nah.
Yes. Western Union Mo.
Yeah.
Union Mo.
I said, ain't nobody going nowhere, you know.
Yeah, you're right. All right, say no more, man.
I did look. I said with my appreciation to both of y'all, and like almost sent back like a sentimental message. Like and this is silly, but it's real. My reward. So all the shit that I do for money, like I enjoy money, but all the shit that I do in my life is for money. This is really the first time to even do something that ain't related to money solely. And I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but it makes sense to me where I have so much fun that I don't even be thinking about money. But I know that sounds crazy, corny, cool, but it's just what it is with me.
That's what's up. Oh, you don't have on the shirt today. Clearly, you're not doing it for the money. T-shirt out today, man.
Yeah. The shirt's even fun. The shirt's a fun thing for me, man. Y'all get it though.
Yeah, but thank you, Mo. Thank you for everything. Yeah, well, thank you for everything. I don't want you to think that you're not appreciated for what you bring to the table up here.
Yes, appreciate it.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate, congrats. And it is good news Friday, but it's not good news for the Nuggets. The Nuggets lost to the Timberwolves 115-70, beating the Nuggets by 45 points and forcing a game 7. So one, what do you guys think about the point difference? And then what is your prediction for game 7? Maurice first.
Yeah, y'all see at the end of the game, man, I think that they was really whooping their ass for the ass whooping that they took over the last 2 weeks. You know, when they went through that streak, I don't know, it was the third quarter, fourth quarter, where it just seemed like everybody was coming down and whoever was in the game, nigga, you shoot a 3. You know what I'm saying? And they was clicking. But more than anything, man, I think that they found out or found the rhythm that they had in those first 2 games where they beat Denver and they just said, hey, man, our best way to defend Jokic and his whole team is just to attack them. And it was a visible energy that the Timberwolves had, like just aggressive to the board. The first quarter, I think they went on a 20-0 run, I think, or 16-0 run. And it was just literally just like from an energetic standpoint. I don't know if I'm pretty sure the home court advantage played this role, but it was just a phenomenal team. But I'll say this, and I don't know how they feel about it, but I really believe that momentum takes them into Denver. They go beat Denver in Denver. And so I know that didn't answer your question, but man, it's just like once you score 50 on somebody, and I know that they probably gave up around 30, like it just you mentally say to yourself, like, man, what did we do well? And can we hold that focus through 2 more days, you know, to get to Sunday and beat them? So that's just my thoughts on it. And I really believe that the Timberwolves get it done and eliminate them on their home court.
Mo, so you coming home? Pause.
Man, I'm telling you, and you know why? I said it the other day. So I'll say this and I'll let you go. But remember I talked about Mike Conley and Mike Conley being out, and I know that it was McDaniels who was doing a lot of he was like the energetic force, and Antman gave it up for him after the game. But the pace and the management of getting everybody involved, I feel, came from Mike Conley. Mike Conley, just like he was the leader of that team, and you didn't have Karl Anthony Towns who felt like he had to do too much, even though I hate when he shoots threes, and I know he can shoot the 3 ball, but it just felt like Mike Conley facilitated everybody playing their proper role, and I felt like, they got it done. So I'll let y'all go.
Go ahead, Killer.
You just said that the Nuggets was going to win now. Now niggas is coming home. Thank you, Nick. Thanks for the sign language, Nick. I'm glad you see it, man. Y'all can't see Nick at home, but Nick when nigga Mase said that, Nick made the face like Nick made the face like, when's it gonna stop? When's it gonna stop? I don't know who's gonna win this series, to be honest with you. I know one thing, I'm happy that we are getting 7 games. This has been one of the most unpredictable series that I've seen in a while. As soon as you think momentum is one way, it's just another way. They both won on each other's home court. They both won at home. I don't think home court matters in this particular situation. I think whoever comes to play and who wants it more, that matters. We've seen the dog in both these teams. We've seen when Minnesota wants it bad, what they do, and we see when Denver wants it bad, what they do. What I will point out to is that Minnesota cannot think that Denver is going to shoot this bad again. They missed 60 shots. They missed 60 shots yesterday. They shot under 20% from the 3-point line. I think it was 30% from the field, if I'm not mistaken. They're not going to shoot this bad again. So I know it was a blowout, and I know he was up about 50 points in one particular time. And you can't blame the Joker because they were sending double teams of him all day, every day for the whole game last night. But this is up to everybody else. This is up to Michael Porter Jr. This is up to Aaron Gordon. This is definitely up to Jamal Murray, because as much as we praise Jamal Murray had some big moments in this series, but I don't believe he cracked 20 yet in this series. And some games it wasn't needed, and some games it's needed. But this is solely up to the people that's on the court. KCP, everybody's going to have to help outside of the Joker, because the Joker, they say the way they played last night was anybody but you. Talking about the Joker, anybody but you, and it worked to the tune of 45 points. So what I would say is this: that's why this game is going to be so interesting, because they're not going to miss another 60 shots. They're not going to shoot another lower than 20% from 3-point range or 30% from the field. And I'm really, really excited to see it. Me personally, I don't care who wins the series. I'm excited for both teams. I think whoever does win the series goes to the championship for the Western Conference. But I'm very excited to see a Game 7. I wish I would have seen a more entertaining game last night. Even if Minnesota won, I wish it would have been a little more entertaining, but I don't expect the same result. And I'm not talking about win or lose result. I'm talking about a blowout result. I know that I know that this is for everything. This is not a 7-game series anymore. This is a 1-game series. Whoever wins goes to the Western Conference Finals. So I'm really excited to see it done.
Yeah, when it comes to this game, I was playing around at first about glad that you're coming home. But when you really think about this series, I mean, it's been, like Killer says, so unpredictable. It seemed to me like whenever, like Mike Conley should not have this much authority over the series, where he vanishes and they get blown out, pause, and then he show up to the game, and then they're blowing out Denver. So it's really speaking to the effect of Mike Conley. And again, he shouldn't have that much authority over this series when you got another premier elite point guard on the other side, which is Jamal Murray. But one of the things that really pay attention to in this series is the guy McDaniels. McDaniels had 21, and these are, and when it comes down to these series, it's always an unsung hero that could win a game for him. I remember last year it was what was the guy named Brown? Bruce Brown. Was it Bruce Brown for
Yeah,
Denver?
Bruce Brown.
Yeah, it's always one of those guys who win a game. I remember back it was a guy on Miami that won the game. What was his name? Stat, you should know his name. One of the brown skin guys that went to he went to the Lakers.
One of the brown skin guys is
Are you
crazy.
talking Mario Chalmers?
One of the brown skin guys. A wild nigga right there, boy. One of the brown guys. Whole quarter brown, my nigga.
Stat been racist for a few days. So I was trying to speak her language,
I have not. Catching strays for no
See how
reason.
she didn't know only Triple J. What was the dude name?
No, I thought you were talking
Not
about
Miami.
Finals
He used
Max
to play
Strus.
for Brooklyn, and then he went to the Lakers, right?
I don't know who you're talking about last year.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. One of the brown guys.
That's Max Strus, but I don't know.
But
I'm saying,
guys,
like,
crazy.
in this series, there's always one of those guys who have a real good game, and they win one game of the series, their performance. And I think, this is what McDaniel did for the Timberwolves. And I think it would be exciting for Minnesota to win. Because I think Denver already know they could beat Boston. But I think it would be really interesting to see Minnesota versus the Celtics would be a crazy series. Because they will have no excuses. Both new people, and we'll be able to see another champion. I think that perceives the NBA and causes it to have a bright future, because you got so many people next year. We wouldn't know who would win it if Denver didn't win this year. Next year, the whole city, the whole league will be up for grabs.
Very good take. Okay, so now let's discuss.
Shout out to Mike Conley though.
Yeah,
Ohio State.
Yes, sir.
I knew y'all was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
Glad you knew.
Okay. So Bronny James had his NBA Combine debut with a 40-inch Mavs vertical, which was the 4th highest overall at the Combine. He was also 19 out of 25 three-point attempts and made 12 shots in a row. However, his height was listed at 6'1". When at USC, he was listed at 6'4". So that's really like the main downside that people had seen. But just in general, from what you've seen from the Combine, his post-game interviews, do you guys believe Bronny James is ready for the league? Maurice first.
Yeah, and this is I don't know. I thought about this over a few days, and I listened to a bunch of different takes, and I think you talking about two different things right now. And is he ready for the NBA? You know, and that's like that's a large question. You could say yes or no, but whatever, right? There's a lot of guys who aren't ready for the NBA athletically when they go, but you draft with the hope of potential and all the upside that you can get out of a player. That's why you send them to the G League. That's why they go and play for a couple of years and get called up, and then that's an element of it. But what I would say is that I think, like, when I think of Bronny James, I think of like their brand as a James family. And is he prepared to come to the NBA and just be a part of the James brand? No difference than when you look at LeBron and you look at Clutch Sports, like that comes from the James brand tree. Or when you look at what Mav does with Spring Hill Films, that comes from the James brand tree. And I really believe in my mind that there's no way that Bronny goes back to school. Is he ready or not? That's not up for me to debate, right? But I think that he goes into the NBA and sort of like what Kris Jenner did with all of her daughters. And I'm not trying to compare him to women, but he's a part of the brand that is done. And with LeBron being so, I don't want to say so controlling, because that's sort of like a negative thing. But with him being able to use the NBA, like his AAU basketball team, and do what he wants to, I can see LeBron saying, hey, man, bring my son up now and let him develop under my tutelage, and let me allow him to make money, expand our family brand. And I'm not looking for him to be me, because it's virtually impossible, but he will help to expand our footprint. But I think everybody's talking about Bronny athletically, knowing that that's an easy shot at Bronny 1, but then LeBron 2, as like, hey, man, you forced your son to do something prematurely. We want him to come up. We want him to fail. So then that becomes another mark on us attacking you. So I don't know if I'm thinking too deep into it, but I start to think of like all of these little things that could possibly go through people's minds, and just, I don't know. I just want to hear y'all take on it. But that's my take on Bronny, the James family, and what is going on or what could go on.
Well, Mo, this is a show where you're supposed to say what you believe. So when you say it ain't up for you, it is up for you. I can't let you skate by like Mark Jackson on the topic, you know. I need to know yes or no from you and Cam.
Here we go. I've never seen Bronny play in college, right? These are let me speak facts right now.
All right.
I've never seen him play in college. And I've also been around UConn, where I've seen young guys get drafted who weren't prepared, and they say, hey, man, we draft off potential in basketball. Football, you draft off of what a guy proves on the field. Basketball, they'll say, this guy may not be college ready. This was something that I learned, right? They'll say, this guy isn't a college player, but he's an NBA player based upon these things. So I can see somebody saying, hey, he doesn't fit that mold with us, right? Let's take it back. I didn't want to be long-winded on here, but I have to be, right? Let's take it a step further. Bronny makes sense financially for an owner. You feel where I'm coming from? So fuck what all these pundits talking about. I don't even give a fuck. That nigga gonna bring people
That's
here.
what I was gonna say.
So like when I said you're talking about a
So
few
then you think he's ready then?
Fuck yeah. If I had a chance to draft him and his daddy and I'm fucking the owner, fuck yeah, because this motherfucker gonna sell tickets. And I'll protect the nigga as much as I can and to get him ready or put him in his spots. He can do the same shit them niggas that the Lakers doing. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. So I'm pretty sure LeBron's like,
I just wanted you to go on the record. I just wanted you to go on the record. Yeah. I believe he's ready. I believe the training that he has done is prepared him more to be a pro than college, because a lot of the things he was learning was pro stuff. So sometimes you have these guys who does exceptionally well in college, and then they don't do well in the pros because their game is not really a pro game, like going around picks, shooting off the pick and roll, putting a guard on the hip until you're ready to go. Pause. All of that type of stuff. That's pro stuff. In college, it's just, get your move off, get your basket. And that's why a lot of people who be actually really good in college don't do well in the NBA. So I would say he's ready. And to think about, I just can't see somebody putting Bronny in the G League though. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know that people have control over that, but if they do have control over that, that would be my only concern. Like they can't for the brand's sake, they can't let Bronny go to the G League, because then it's like almost like the same thing that happened with D-Wade's son, and that wouldn't be good.
I agree.
And what's going on? Because then we have to have a different conversation. Like you said, did he get pushed out there too early? And I think this is their best chance for him and his dad to play together. I think if he goes back to college and he wait another year, then that kind of, the chances are less likely. So for legacy's sake, I think this is the best chance. I think he's ready. And the one thing, pause, that freaked me out about Bronny James was when he was talking, was it me or it sounded exactly like LeBron? Did you see the clip when they was interviewing?
Oh, no, I got you. Yeah. He been watching it since he been a kid. He's grown up in it. You know what I mean? Pause.
His word selection, everything. It sounded like, if he was closing your eyes, it sounded like LeBron was talking. Like tone and everything. It was crazy. Killer?
Yeah, he's going to go to the NBA. I don't know if he's going to play with LeBron this year. LeBron, if he doesn't go back to the Lakers, he's not going to receive the most amount of money that he can receive re-signing with the Lakers this year. Going to pick up $50 million. And since LeBron left Miami, he made it very clear that everything he does has to be the match. I don't think LeBron is about to stop playing basketball anytime soon. So let's say, for instance, he picks up the 2-year option, a 2-year deal, and stays at the Lakers 2 years. And let's just say all this is just, figuratively speaking, Cleveland picks up Bronny. He'll go grab another 100-something million, and maybe in 2 years he'll go play with Bronny in Cleveland. We don't know which team is going to get Bronny, but I do think that he's ready. I think that he'll go. But let's say, for instance, he goes to Portland. I don't think LeBron is going to Portland. So that's what really matters. Lastly, I'll say if he isn't ready to play in the NBA, I haven't seen any college footage, any NBA combine footage, any park footage, any AAU footage, any overseas footage on Giannis' brother ever. So, if Giannis' brother is in the NBA and we haven't seen none of the shit that Bronny is going through, yes, he's going to the NBA. He's going to the NBA. It makes no. I ain't see one good clip of Giannis' brother nowhere. Now, the craziest shit with Giannis' brother, I don't know if y'all heard or not. He tore his Achilles. I don't know how, but his Achilles is fucked up.
Him and his brother?
They never said it was about his brother's Achilles. They always said it was a calf injury, but for him not playing, I think it was closer to Achilles injury. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely for his brother Achilles fucked up. I don't know how he fucked it up. Maybe all that jumping off the bench all season, running over, trying to stop fights and all that other shit. I don't know how he tore his Achilles, but yeah. But yes, if Giannis' brother's in the NBA, Bronny will be in the NBA, and that's just the way it is.
Okay, the NASA's definitely took a crazy stray. Before we move along from this subject, just in general, how do you guys feel about Bronny James trying to establish himself as Bronny James as opposed to just being LeBron James's son? Because that's been the center of a lot of his interviews. So how do you guys feel about that?
Go ahead, Mase.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
So basically, like, Bronny has basically said in his interviews that he just wants to make it to the league. He wants to try his best to show himself as Bronny James. Of course, it's inevitable for him to be unlinked as LeBron James's son, but he's made an emphasis on that. That's how he wants to be viewed. Bronny James, not LeBron James's son. And that's been a lot of his interviews. So I want to know you guys' thoughts on how he's been trying to differentiate the two.
That's like an oxymoron because Bronny James is LeBron's son. So even if you said Hector James is LeBron's son. So I'm not getting what you're saying. Maybe Bronny, you could come on the show and explain it to us. But I'm lost. He just want to be known as Bronny James, not as LeBron's son. Well, Bronny James is LeBron's son. Am I correct? You know how niggas get so rich, they talk about themselves in third person, right? You know, Mase wouldn't do that. You're Mase, right?
Yeah. Well, yes, Mase, but you're taking it very literal. Very literal. Grasp on the obvious. So, like, yes, but like,
I know what you're saying, Stat.
Shout out to Bronny, but I mean, I get what he's saying, but it just, you got to figure out a better way to explain that because Bronny James is LeBron's son. You want to be known as your own? Okay, if you want to be known as your own, then do you get picked? Do you get picked based upon the season you had? Do you get invited based upon yourself?
No.
If you're scoring 6 points, you don't get invited to no camp scoring no 6 points. So to try to separate the two, I'm just being honest, you would have to perform much better to even be getting this kind of notoriety as a person who averaged 6 points. Is that correct, Stat, or no?
So
Get here on the merit of, even if it's partial merits, part of it is his ability because he was a McDonald. We can't take that away. But any other McDonald that averages 6 doesn't have any hype on them. I mean, maybe y'all could fill me in.
No. I actually, no, I don't. I know you started off joking, but no, that's actually like a great take. And I took it like when Stat said it's like you've been talking to your therapist, right? And your therapists are trying to tell you to like, hey man, separate yourself from your father. And maybe you took something and ran with it, but you can't take like you got to take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying?
Pause. You got to embrace everything. Pause.
Yeah,
that all comes together, and that's what I'm saying. No shot at anyone, because you know I would be sensitive about my children as well. But when you're talking about sports, you can't separate the two. If you're LeBron James' son, that's no different than if you're Michael Jordan's son. You're not going to be able to separate. Hey, you're Michael Jordan's son. You are given just because you are his son.
Well, I will say this about Bronny. Bronny is probably living an experience that nobody's ever lived. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, like some people just in a situation where there's nobody who could give you advice. Right. And nobody has to say, hey, I have to play a professional sport with my father who was like the most crazy or top 3, 5, 7, 10, whatever craziest people to play this game. And like, that's my reality. So he is in a crazy set of circumstances. He may be speaking like, man, I wish that I didn't always have to be in this all the time. I wish I didn't have to be in this scenario all the time. But I think like he's saying that just young and not really fully grasping like all of it. Like you say, you wouldn't be invited with 6 points. You wouldn't be getting this notoriety. You wouldn't have all these people like just touting after you and chasing you. You know, you wouldn't have had an NIL deal for worth of millions of dollars, right? But I'm telling you right now, this will come out years from later. I'm pretty sure LeBron said something a few years ago. He was like, man, I feel guilty for naming my son Bronny. I wish I wouldn't have done that, right? Because he feels like he put some sort of expectation on him, right? And then I think in his mind, I'm telling you, bro, because it would go through my head if my kid was talented and I've created a world for them that they may not be ready for. That would go through my mind of like, man, do I speed this process up to try to protect them all out of love, even though it may look crazy to other people? And I know LeBron probably think about that shit like, man, I'm creating a set of circumstances for my son that he just may need help with. You know what I'm saying? Even though he may not understand he needs the help. And I know that's a little bit, I said a lot, but, just kind of something that went through my mind.
I've seen the clip. I've seen the clip that Stat's talking about, and it ain't like that. How Stat presented the question, or unless I've seen some stuff anyway. They asked him, how do you feel about being LeBron's son, being in the NBA, going to the NBA, et cetera? And he was like, that the dream is always to go to the NBA, no matter who your father is. If you're a basketball player, that's the dream, to get to the NBA. It just so happens that he's LeBron's son. But, they asked him, what do you think about playing with your father? He's like, I don't really think about it. I'm thinking about getting into the NBA. If I play with my dad, I play with my dad. If I don't, I don't. The dream is to get to the NBA. So unless it was another clip that I missed out on, the clip that I actually seen, it wasn't like he was saying, don't call me LeBron James' son. It's just that I like this answer, actually. To me, that was the correct answer. The dream's to get to the NBA. If I play with my father, I'll play with my father. If I don't, then as long as I get to the NBA, that's what my dream is. Now, what Mase and Mo was saying is 100% correct. You can't ignore the fact that that LeBron's your father, and you get a little bit of extras and more money on NIL and commercials and so on and so forth. As far as him only averaging 6 points last year, it was a big health scare. It isn't like he went in there and just stunk it up. He had cardiac arrest right before the season starts. So you have to trust your body, and you have to make sure, if that happened to me, I would probably be panicking the first 3-4 months if my heart's beating fast or something doesn't feel right, and just trying to get my body back poised to where it needs to be. So I'm not going to fault the 6 points against him either. It's like with Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. for the Denver Nuggets was supposed to be that nigga. He's supposed to be one of them ones, but he had an injury, and the injury basically decimated him. And I don't want to say decimated him because he's on a championship team, but he's a role player to the highest level. Don't get me wrong, not just no random role player. He's a really big role player on a championship team, and he was supposed to be one of them franchise players. So sometimes injury plays a part on how you go moving forward in your professional career. But I will say one thing is that, to the point is like Bronny, though, Bronny is legally trying to change his name to Bronny because his real name is LeBron James Jr. and he wants to be known as Bronny moving forward. So I will say that he doesn't want to be LeBron James Jr. He wants his legal name to be Bronny. And I understand it to a certain extent. Like, I just give you an example about my son. For years, I'm talking about since my son about 12, 13 years old, and we'll go to the gym, or he'll go to the gym. We go to the same gym, and he'll be in there, and I'll see him on the treadmill. I'll come get on the treadmill next to him, and he'll go downstairs and lift weights. Then I go downstairs and lift weights, and he'll go to the pool. Then I go to the pool, then he goes back upstairs. I say, yo, what the fuck going on, bro? Like, yo, my nigga, like, what's happening? He says, Dad, I don't want nobody being my friend because you're my father. I don't want that. It's annoying. I said, to the point where I was like, I dig it. I understand that. Like, for my son, I'm his first go-to if he needs something, but I'm really his last go-to. And I know it's two different scenarios when it comes to me and my son, and LeBron and his son. It's two totally different things. But I can't kind of understand it. It got to the point where I had to tell my son one day, because I think he was in sixth or seventh grade, and we have the same name, and they was like, "Hey, is your father the rapper Cameron?" And he was like, "Nah, my father owns a Macy's in the mall." And I'm like, Cam, that might have worked in third grade. Like, it's not gonna work anymore, Cam. Like, my nigga, we got the same name. They see motherfucking Phantoms and Range Rovers coming to pick you up and all type of shit. Like, you almost like 14 years old telling niggas that you believe in Santa Claus almost. You gotta cut the shit out. Just, if anything, just say he don't fuck with me like that if you don't want to be bothered. But don't, but don't deny, because niggas gonna start looking at you like you crazy, my nigga. So I kind of get where Bronny's coming from, but yeah, you're always gonna be LeBron's son. But those are all the variables that I wanted to throw into it.
Yeah, that's really good.
I do want to add too. I saw that clip as well when they were asking about him playing with his dad, but further in the interview, basically a question that was asked, and I have to quote verbatim, they were asking him what he wants executives to know about him. And he said, I've gotten a lot of lessons from my mom and my dad, but also putting that Bronny James narrative out there instead of just being LeBron James' son. I feel like that's really important for me. So it really has been him just trying to make his own narrative. And when I say that, he hasn't been, disrespectful about it. He said, I'm very grateful for all the opportunities given to me and in the position that I'm in, but also just letting people know that he wants to establish himself as himself. So did want to clarify that.
Yeah, I think that's a poor choice, honestly, because if you want to really, like Killer said, because he was hurt, he averaged 6 points. So if you want to establish yourself truly as a basketball player, if you want to establish yourself on your own merits, then you earn your own way. And 6 points is not earning your own way. Then you would go back to school and you would show people that I can go through things on my own, I can recover on my own, and I can get it done on my own. But to stand on, that's one of my pet peeves as a person. I hate when people stand on the shoulders of other people and then act like they want to be accepted on their own. That's one of my pet peeves as a person. So I'm kind of triggered by that. Because it's like, if you want your own merit, earn your own merit. Right now, you didn't earn NBA right now. If they pick you, they're picking you based upon something they believe they can get from the association of LeBron or bringing you together with LeBron. So for you to deny that is crazy. I mean, to people that are really smart and educated is really crazy. But I don't want to hop on that because I know it could be a sensitive subject.
What I would say to that though is, Mase, is that that's not his fault. He's LeBron James' son. He didn't pick his parents. It wasn't like, let me get LeBron and Savannah for my parents. So I get what you're saying, like when you saying stand on your own, this, that, third, but he's always going to be viewed to other people like, marketing wise, even what Mo said, even if he's not good, he's still going to be looked at like, yo, that's LeBron's son. See what we could do with him. And I understand where you're coming from, Mase, 100%. I'm just saying it ain't his fault that niggas is like, yo, that's LeBron James' son. Because even if he's not good, Mo just said if we could sell tickets, and I agree with that, it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That we can sell tickets. It's like
no, I get that. I'm saying that's why you don't deny it. That's why you don't try to walk away from it, because it's no walking away from it. That's who you are. It would be like me, like it's like me going to church and I try to act like I'm just this normal person. I tried to go to college like I'm this normal person. Every sign is like nigga, you're not normal. I don't care what class you're in. You're still Mase, nigga. Like, you can go over there and scream hallelujah. Niggas is still looking at you as Mase. It took me like 10 years to figure that out. It's sad that it took that long, but that's the truth. You're gonna be who you are, bro. It's not, and that's what I'm trying to give them that advice, because that's a hard road of trying to deny your existence. Like, I'm gonna get this on my own. You're not gonna get it on your own. Every day you're gonna be LeBron James Jr. Until you go out there and get 50 points. Like I remember when Del Curry stopped being Stephen Curry's dad, right? And then he became, I mean Derek Curry's junior. I mean Derek Curry's son. I remember when he stopped being Del Curry's son. Now that's Stephen Curry's dad. What would Bronny have to do to be to make LeBron Bronny James' dad?
You said what would he have to do athletically?
Yes, to
And
be
that's a
James'
good
dad.
that's really a great take. Yeah, absolutely right. I like that take. That's a
Yeah,
good take.
what would he have to do to reverse the narrative and LeBron be Bronny James' dad? He would have to tear the league to shreds, nigga.
That's a hard act. And it's not saying Dale Curry, and I like that take. That was really good.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying he might as well embrace it, because it was like when Jordan's son was playing ball. It's like, bro, you're Michael Jordan's son, bro. Until you go out there and have 73 on Bird, you're Michael Jordan's son.
But I don't know, and I just my
Changing your name ain't gonna do that.
Nah, I don't think so either. I guess my two boys are young, and I think about it a little different. I just ask myself, I say like, I don't know why I'm making this comparison, but when I see there's no comparison, but it's the only comparison I have. When I see Donald Trump's kids, they lean into this is who our pops is and this is what we doing. And I don't want to make this a black or white thing, but I wonder why so many other people want to disassociate themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I would want my kids to so just think about this. Every black person, if you've been the first one to run into money, your whole thing is, how do I leave this to my kids, or how do I leave this legacy to my kids, right? And it's almost like if your kids don't want to lean into what you've created, you kind of feel like a void of like, damn, like I kind of was pushing for us to do this, and I would want you to expand the brand. So like when I look at the Kardashians, right? Like whether you Kendall, Chloe, or I don't know the younger girl's real name, they've leaned into it and they've accepted a role within the larger picture. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know, just like just even almost hearing Cam say, where he said, "Hey man, my son did not deny me, but my son doesn't want to get the benefits of it." I would want my kids to get all of the benefits and be happy that they're getting the benefits, but I would want them to work as well to just further what work I've done. And that's what's kind of going through my mind as I heard Cam talking there. You talking about Bronny. I start thinking about the Trump and the Kardashians and just like the difference in that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's sometimes there's no escaping it. I remember when I first became like a minister, and I was somewhere preaching, and they put Minister Mase, right? But they put $. They put minister and made $. I was like, oh, these niggas. There was no escaping it. You know what I'm saying? It took like 10 years for a nigga to take $sign off my name. Even going to churches, I was like, yo, bro, don't put that on there, bro. Don't do that. They're like, nah, this is what we use. So I would be like, how did you put that with that? So anybody got a flyer, send it to me. And you'll see I wasn't capping. I would be getting really mad about that. Like, so I understand what Bronny is saying. You want your own identity, but that identity has already been made. That's all I'm saying. The whole James family. Oh. Apologies.
All good. That was a great discussion. And Maurice, the point you brought up, I think is actually a deeper discussion, even into society and then just making legacies and stuff in general. But we are going to go to break. When we return, we will talk about the Skims WNBA collab. Don't go anywhere.
Pink horsepower.
She called this thing about toxic.
What's happening, man? Baby, what's happening?
Why you walking like that?
That's how I walk.
And then like you come on breathing on me like that.
I fucking breathe to live.
And like you used to be dark skinned and now you act like hella light skinned.
Are you fucking blind? I'm dark skinned. What the fuck?
And then like look at your beard.
What the fuck is
Your
wrong with
beard
my
looks
beard?
stupid.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I don't even like it. The way you breathe in all of that.
Has this ever happened to you? Your girl seems to be mad, angry, upset. She's frustrated. It's only one way to handle that. Pink horsepower.
No. But your breath is really refreshing.
No.
I'm just trying to give you a massage. Plus, have I told you how good your beard looks lately? It looks so good.
No. PHP. It works every time.
Wait, where you going?
Welcome back. Now let's get into our underdog fantasy picks of the day. So the Knicks will play the Pacers. Underdog fantasy has Tyrese Halliburton at 20.5 points. Higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
And
It's game 7, man. Niggas got to do what they got to do. Pause.
This is tough, man, because I don't know, man. Tyrese Halliburton, like I said the other day, man, I don't know if he's the one when the game's on the line to get a bucket, and I know that's not the question because he can run it up too. He can definitely score in bunches. Seem like these niggas been deers of headlights in the garden, man.
Yeah, the
Who's gonna listen? The garden might be big for them. That stage might be too big and pause. And I mean, listen, they had 3 games there so far. This will be 4. Maybe they'll figure something the fuck out if they want to compete. But the garden floor, man, y'all got to be ready for that. I'm gonna go lower, just based upon what I've seen so far.
okay.
But Mase is right. If you want to win, you're gonna need more than 20.
Okay, Pascal Siakam is at 21.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
I'm gonna go higher. He's a champ. You know what to do.
He understand what this game 7 means. Yeah, higher.
Okay, and Jalen Brunson is at 4 rebounds. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
How many rebounds?
4.
Higher.
I'm gonna go higher too. I think Indiana's gonna shoot a lot of jump shots, which mean the rebounds are gonna come long. Pause. So I'll go higher as well.
All right. Download the Underdog Fantasy app and you can make your picks too. So Kimmy K finds her way back into the discussions again because Skims and the WNBA have an underwear campaign collab with what they say has an emphasis on empowering female athletes. It features stars such as Candace Parker, Kelsey Plum, and Cameron Brink. So some people really like the exposure that Skims is giving to the WNBA, but there's another half that some people basically feel like it sexualizes the athletes. So want to know you guys' thoughts on the collaboration with Skims now with the WNBA and then the discourse that people are having along with the rollout.
Why did you leave out my girl Skylar Diggins?
I'm not reading all the names.
You read everybody's name but her. You
There's
got
like
something against Skylar.
No, there's like 7.
Hey, you see Cam took a vacation.
Skylar Diggins, man. Skylar, they be hating on you. I'm behind the scenes championing for you. Stat try to leave your name out. Go ahead, Stat.
Well, I want to know you guys' thoughts. Cam is
He's on.
Yeah.
Call me when y'all finish.
Kimmy K.
I want to talk about Kimmy K.
Jim's getting too much light on this show for me. I'm not participating. Call me when the next topic. I'll be here. I ain't got nothing to say.
What's the next topic?
I was wondering what he was doing.
I think that this has to do with sort of like what Taylor Swift did for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that the WNBA struggles with viewership, and they look at her as somebody who has a ton of people on her Instagram and just social following, and that they'll get some of those eyeballs over at the WNBA. I think that's it. And I think the pushback comes from the league being a majority gay, and you're now putting a product that's feminized from a super feminine woman, from a woman who probably that they don't really care for in some regard. And I think the pushback comes from that. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever y'all are.
Yeah.
Every time I say something, I go viral because of my real opinion when it comes to them people.
Yeah, just
every time I get my real opinion, I go viral. So I'm not even saying that.
Hey, well,
and I don't care. And I don't care. And I don't care about going viral with them. It's the fact that the shit that I'm saying shouldn't be going viral. It's just the truth.
Well, speak your truth.
The truth is, Mase, you got skims, not me. You the one who wear that shit. If you want to know the truth, Mase, you the one who wears skims. So
I wore skims when my ribs was hurting. I don't wear skims.
I never wear. I don't know.
And, it wasn't skims. It was an Under Armour compression shirt. But I try to give him some light.
So take the light away from Under Armour and give it to skims. They already got enough light, murder.
Hey, well, let's move on.
I want to hear Cam's real take.
I didn't even hear the question. I just heard the word skims and walked off.
Okay, go ahead.
So basically, because it is an interesting discussion, I think. So there's a
What's the question? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Let's do it. Let's do it. Bet. Let's do it.
There's a WNBA Skims underwear campaign collab. Okay, so it has stars such as Candace Parker, Kelsey Plum, Cameron Brink, a couple other WNBA players. A lot of people, like the exposure, think that this is good for the league. There's a whole other half who feels like it's sexualizing the players in the league. So how do you guys feel about it? Do you guys think this is a good look, or do you guys feel like it's, some people just aren't ready for that?
So two things.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought y'all went already. I don't know. I thought y'all went. Two
I
things
didn't
for
go.
me.
I'm waiting for you to go.
I bet. Two things. Gotta give Kris Jenner mad credit. That bitch be working, yo. That bitch don't play, man. That's what I will say. I don't care if one of the Jenner little girls own it, Kim, Chloe, that bitch is behind the scenes moving, man. That's first and foremost. Secondly, when they say to sexualize, half the players are saying they sexualizing it because they know her for sucking dick on camera. They didn't forget. Well, that's what I'm saying. I said then I be bugging. She sucked Ray J dick. She went to the top. You can't get mad at her for look. She did what Monica Lewinsky couldn't. All right.
She
it's
crawled.
Just the fact.
Monica could walk. That's what you're saying.
No, Monica
crawled so Kim could walk.
Monica
That's
walked so Kim could. Monica walked so Kim could run. Yeah, and these bitches talking about I don't want to be affiliated with all that. I ain't got time for all that dick sucking. I ain't got time. I'm here to play basketball, man. So some of them is like I ain't with all that. I'm here to ball out. You know what I'm saying? So I get why some of them feel like that. Tom Brady had a roast a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if y'all seen it. It was kind of dope. I thought it was hilarious. She walked up to the front to do her little roast. She couldn't even say a word. The whole stadium booed her. The whole arena. They just say, boo. She ain't even say nothing yet. Boo, boo, boo. I'm like, damn. Why are they booing her? Because they know in Hollywood how she got to where she's at. So you're in a room with professional athletes who really worked hard, actors and actresses who bust their ass at acting school, melodrama, plays, movie, etc., to get where they get. And she sucks a dick and gets to sit in the front. Get booed.
Yo, Cam.
My take. I tried to walk away.
Yeah, you needed to walk away, Cam. Next time I'll let you stay. Yo, this is the next time I'm gonna let.
I'm talking about.
Cam, you need therapy, man.
Yo, hold on, man. Hold on. What? Hold on. All right, let me ask you this, bro. Murder. What did I lie about just now? I'm just asking. What part I made up? What part did I make up? I'm just asking. What part of it, like, Kim, you got to stop lying on people?
No, it wasn't the lies. It was the delivery.
He said some shit at the roast about her sex tape. At the roast, she threw some shit in there. Like, yo, I just look. That's why I said, Murder. I called you the other day. Yeah. I called you the other Murder. I swear to God, and this is and Murder know this. I called Murder every day, and I said I don't know how to talk to people sometimes. So I'm gonna need you to filter in. Because I don't really be know how to talk to people.
You did say that. You say, yo, man, I got it. Yo, you just talk to people from now on. I said,
yo, I don't know how to talk to people. That's why I walked away just now.
So, yeah, that was good. That was good.
Trying to be responsible.
Yeah. I'm trying to be responsible as well. Yeah.
Kris Jenner.
Yeah, Kris Jenner. Oh man.
Hey, they got
allegedly.
They got to drive the value of skims up, man.
Yeah. Well, that's my take. I didn't want to give one pause. I was going to ignore the whole topic and go about my business, but y'all forced this. Pause.
Yeah. So, Mase, any further comments?
No, I think it's gonna help them, as they try to paint the WNBA in a women's light and to look, more traditionally like women. I think that's gonna really help them.
But see, my thing is, hold on, Mo, real quick. My thing is, Mason, I'm not disagreeing with you. Some of them like, yo, I ain't trying to throw heels on.
Yeah.
Some of them like, yo, I ain't trying to get my hair done every day. I ain't got no lashes on.
Yeah, you know, right.
Some of them is basketball players. Remember,
they want that private air though. They want that private plane.
Yeah, and Caitlin Clark. You ever see Caitlin Clark nails done? No, because I be looking.
She got ponytail and no makeup. Ponytail and no makeup.
I look at Caitlin Clark nails, some shit like mine. Just nigga nails. She ain't getting her nails done and eyelashes and all that shit. So I'm not saying it's a lot of females that's in WA that's feminine, and there's some that's like, I'm gonna be me. And I'm not saying they're not feminine. I'm just saying I don't have to wear Kim Kardashian shit to be feminine. I want to be a basketball player. Like, we had a girl in our school, me and Mase, and this is before, female basketball was getting a lot of recognition. This girl was really, really good. Her name was Karen.
Yeah.
Karen wouldn't wear no motherfucking skims.
Yeah.
Like, yo. I'm saying Karen was nice. Karen like, yo, fuck all that, man. Throw me the rock.
Let me get crazy. Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
She's trying to get crazy.
She's trying to get crazy. It wasn't about nothing what she was wearing. She was there to bust bust females' ass.
Yeah.
That's what she came to do. So I'm not disagreeing with you as far as marketing is concerned. And you're right, Mase, because at the end of the day, you have a players association, which I'm assuming, that's going to fight for the rights of players, but the WNBA is like, let's market this better. Let's market this better. And I'm not agreeing with what I'm about to say. I'm not agreeing with it whatsoever.
Speaking for others.
No, I'm quoting somebody.
Right.
I'm quoting, and this is America, I'm not agreeing with what I'm about to say. This is not my quote. I'm just telling you how some people perceive shit. And this may not be the best person that I'm about to quote. Some people fuck with him, some people don't. Some people be like, he clout chasing. Some people like he clickbaiting. Some people say, nah, I know him, he's real. Charleston White.
I knew you was going to say Charleston White.
He put 50 disclaimers.
You got to put 100 disclaimers before you say anything he says. And the thing about it is they asked him a spontaneous question. And like I said, I totally disagree with this take, but you got the Charleston Whites, you got the Sin Cities out there who just be off the rails. And they say, why don't you think more people watch the WNBA? This probably was 2 years ago. He said, because them bitches don't want to share they bitches. he said, them bitches don't want to eat each other pussy. He said, nobody want to watch. I didn't say this. This is a verbatim quote. This is verbatim. And he says that, you know, when they start sharing their bitches with the niggas, maybe we'll start watching. So when you have females, and I'm not agreeing with him, I totally disagree with that take, 100%. But you have females who's not necessarily into looking the sexiest. They there to ball. I remember I was playing ball in my hood against the older niggas in my hood at that shit up there, Mase on the Hunt and Drew Hamilton, St. Charles, in tournament in there. St. Charles, I was playing in there one night. And me and my man Ralph Mack was about to play against each other. And he like, Cam, I'm gonna bust your ass, this, down, and third. And I'm like, yeah, I bet. This is when I was young. He's a little older than me. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait. He said, look how you dress. I said, yeah, look how I'm dressed. He said, my sneakers are prettier than yours. I said, I'm not here to be pretty. I'm here to take care of business, nigga. And that's what I'm gonna do. He said, that's why I gotta fuck with you, Cam. You got it. Cause I'm here to do a job, nigga. I'm not here to be on your fashion list tonight. I'm here to get 40. That's why I'm here. So everything isn't about fashion when you play basketball. Like right now, right? When I come in the studio, nigga, my suits $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 suits. You know, I'm in the crypto, man, throw a t-shirt, man. Like the blunt. Nigga, don't mean it is what it is, hat the glide, nigga. I can say it. Yo, listen, listen right here, right? Let me show you something, man. This is how easy this is. Nigga, hold on. I got the ocean right here. I can put on everything. I can see how much jewelry this is right here. This is $1 million worth of jewelry in this bag. I can put on everything. I don't even do it. I'm in the crib chilling. This is the ocean, nigga. And you can't even really see it. Everything is there. You hear this shit? I could put all that on just now. I could have put it on, but I'm here to take care of business.
Talk that talk.
When it's time to do it, I do it like I'm doing it for TV.
Yeah.
Murder voice. You know what I'm saying? When I'm chilling, I'm chilling. I don't mean you ain't gonna get the same facts no matter how I'm dressed. Yeah. Whether I'm dressed up or whether I'm not dressed up, I'm gonna say my opinion. Some things call for getting dapper, some things don't call for getting dapper. That's all I'm saying.
Can't argue with that. That was a great way to end it. Maurice, thank you for being here.
Mo.
Later. All right.
Shout out to Skims.